A senior cabinet minister is criticising the amount of time the government has spent on plans to legalise same-sex marriage in England and Wales. Speaking on BBC Question Time last night, the Defence Secretary, Philip Hammond, said there's a real sense of anger about the changes.
This change now does redefine marriage. It means for millions and millions of people who are married, the meaning of marriage is changed. And there is a real sense of anger among many people who are married that the government thinks that it has the ability, any government thinks that it has the ability to change the definition of an institution like marriage. And that is why the people who are opposed to this feel so very, very strongly about it.
And you are... And you are one of them. You feel strongly in exactly that way.
I don't feel strongly about this because I come at it from a point of view of religious conviction. Many of the people who object have very strong religious convictions. I have just never felt that this is what we should be focusing on. We have civil partnership, which seems to me to deal with the very real problem that same-sex couples faced. And it seems to me that there was no huge demand for this, and we didn't need to spend a lot of parliamentary time and upset vast numbers of people in order to do this.
The Defence Secretary on Question Time. Well, our political correspondent Carol Walker joins us now from Westminster. Carol, ostensibly about gay marriage, but is that what that was about, or is there some subtext about mutiny on the front benches going on here?
Well, Philip Hammond has made his views public on this issue before. It's a year since he first made it clear that he did not agree with the idea of gay marriage and did not think it was something that the government should be spending time on. Now, this has been a very difficult issue for the government. When there was a vote in the House of Commons, fewer than half of Conservative MPs voted for it, although the measure was overwhelmingly approved. But it is an issue on which people have a free vote, and there were at least two other cabinet ministers as well as Philip Hammond who voted against the proposal. The Prime Minister himself has recognised that people have very strong views on the issue. So I think that Downing Street will not see this as some sort of direct challenge to the Prime Minister, given that he has made these views known before. Having said that, the timing is quite difficult. We've got the legislation back in the Commons next week before it goes on to the Lords, where it could face a very bumpy ride indeed. And to have somebody in Philip Hammond's position who's won himself a lot of brownie points on the right of the party by coming out and saying that as things stand he would vote to leave the European Union, his comments will clearly help to sway the debate.
And how beleaguered is the Prime Minister then feeling at the top of his party right now?
Well, he's had a very difficult ride over Europe. He is trying to turn the situation to his advantage now by arguing very strongly that it is the Conservatives who are arguing and offering a referendum after the election on our future in Europe. And he's promised to give government backing to the bill being taken through by a backbench MP, which would set that down in legislation. It's clearly a very difficult time for David Cameron, and I think that there are quite a body of MPs who feel that on Europe and on gay marriage, perhaps for quite some time, he didn't do enough listening to his party. I should say, though, that when it comes down to gay marriage, it's important to note that Downing Street and ministers who want this point out that when you look at the wider public, there is a huge amount of public support for it. There are an awful lot of people who think that it is a simple issue of equality. If you think marriage is a good thing, then it should be available for all couples, whether they are in gay partnerships or whether they are heterosexual couples. And I think that's why they've also now moved to introduce a further complication on this, which is to say that civil partnerships will now be subject to a further consultation to find out if they should be made available to heterosexual couples.
Carol, many thanks.